So this thing is an interesting little contraption I commissioned some steel workers to custom make for me. Now, any of you who watched the reveal of the new studio and the new mural will remember that in my concept images I had a bunch of standing art supplies sort of splayed out. This is the custom frame I got built to hold those art supplies, and I still have to make them, of course. The idea is I'll make a giant pencil, make a giant paintbrush, and I'll make them in such a way that they should be able to slide on or lock in or you know, somehow easily sort of go on or off. And then this is made so that the rug can flop on top here. So this will almost be flush to the wall. It will sit in front of the wall by like 1.5 inches, and the art supplies will be in there. I can custom angle them out to different positions. So if I want these two a little more even, and then as we go further out, I can sort of make it exactly how I want. So there you go. That has arrived today. It's probably going to be several weeks, maybe even a month or two before I can get around to actually making the art supplies to go on it. But that was a very crucial missing piece, and that's going to be a lot of fun to do. And that's actually going to make, I think there are some comments where people have said that the mural feels unfinished or like it's missing something. And that, I believe, is probably a large part of what that might be. And I have some cool ideas, like I could put like some LED strips behind each art material and have a cool like colored glow or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's all for the future, but I wanted to share that with you and open up today's vlog because I think it's pretty cool. Isolation.
G'day everyone, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today I'm going to be G'day everyone, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today we're going to be looking at the G'day everyone, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today we're going to be exploring and review. G'day everyone, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today we're going to be looking at some of the amazing entries to the recent Isolation showcase.
So I set up the community set with the blue lights coming from the smart lights and my prime lens, which gives this really nice washed out background. Give you a look, it's sort of hard to see. You'll see in the final video, I recorded the showcase of winners of the competition. It's not the challenge of the month because it's not monthly, but yeah, how cool does the background look? It's like a tinted blue and nice bit of depth of field. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm also pretty happy with the fact that I finally set aside the time to do the Q&As I've promised you guys. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. There was a Q&A I promised you guys I would do way back when I moved into the studio, where you guys asked me all sorts of questions about the move and all the stuff that I couldn't really talk about at the time. So I've saved all of those questions that I put aside. I'm going to bring up in this vlog. But also I promised a Q&A when I announced Jazza's Jazzy Art Box, and I started to explore some of the details and stuff, and it's necessary that I also go through this one today because the art box is going to be closing up in sales probably a couple of weeks from now. I know when I announced the Jazza's Jazzy Art Box and on the sales website it says that sales close on June 30th, and that would be the case if we weren't selling them out. I mean, it looks like we're going to be selling them out before that date, which is really exciting and blows my mind a little bit. There it is back there, look at it. Look at it, oh, my little beautiful little set. I'm going to grab one of them. All the bloody art materials, all for me. Sorry, I'm in a little bit of a goofy mood. Oh, I'm recording this after I recorded the Q&A thing, but I forgot to add, and I'm just going to add it now before the Q&A thing. VidCon. I'm going to VidCon Anaheim. So if you're going to VidCon Anaheim and you want to come to my meet and greet and say hi in person, I'll put the details in the description where you can apply to the raffle thing. So you have to prioritize me among 15 other creators, and the closer to number 1 I am, the more chance you have to see me in person. We can sign stuff and cuddle and get a photo and all that stuff. So if you want to join me with my meet and greet, which I'll be doing quite a big one at Anaheim, and I don't do this often, and it may be my last one. I don't know if they'll bring me back again. Hopefully they will, but I can never promise that, and that's up to them. So this is the only one I know I'm doing again. VidCon Anaheim, all the details in the description. You just need a community ticket, and to when you do the meet and greet thing, the raffle, you're gonna pick me, and then you might get me. Jazza's Jazzy Art Box, whole bunch of questions you guys have asked. The first one by Amelia Davis: will there be shipping costs for the box? For example, I live in the UK. Do you have a rough idea of how much it will cost to ship? It's free shipping in the US, and it's a flat $15 shipping to anywhere else in the world. So that's a flat $15 US shipping that will get this box to South Africa or the UK or Australia or Spain, wherever. The reason that we've done it that way is because some countries are much more expensive to ship to than others, so we wanted it to feel fairly even so that some of the harder countries to ship to that are much more expensive, we wanted it to be as even and fair as possible. So the flat $15 is sort of somewhere in the middle where everyone can have an even chance of getting the box. This is the best calculation we can make. Osbrat had a great question about the custom marker packet. Will we be able to refill or purchase separately the markers once they run out? I know the pack is custom, but I'm not sure if the colors themselves are custom made too, or if you've selected 12 from the overall range. I've selected 12 from the overall range. The details of them are on the back and the names of them. So if you use the amethyst one a lot, which is LV3, you know exactly which one it is, and you can get the refill link or the replacement marker. But the box, as you mentioned, it won't be able to be gotten anywhere other than Jazza's Jazzy Art Box. Alt F4 says, when you were deciding what was in Jazza's Jazzy Art Box, what sort of drawing did you think of being created? Now, I'm not sure if that question is referring to specifically the drawing that I made as a print to go in the art box, or if it's referring to the type of drawings you can make in the art box. I feel like the answer is similar for both anyway. I wanted to make an artwork for the print for the art box that would really convey the wide variety and range of colors and expression that you can get through the 12 markers and the 12 pencils, and then of course the inks pencils and the inks and the other art supplies. I really wanted to show off that you can get a lot done and be as creative as possible, and also wanted to encapsulate that feeling of just boundless creativity in all different aspects of life. The box is for all ages and all levels of professionalism because they are premium products, so whether you're a professional or you're wanting to get into art, they are suitable for you, and I wanted the artwork to feel like it represented that. A couple of people are asking, how long are you selling the boxes? I can't afford to buy until the end of summer. How long will it be sold? This is where it hurts my heart a little bit, because from the very beginning this has had to be a temporary run, for one major reason being the ordering process with suppliers, the limited edition nature of the markers and things like that. This was only ever going to be a limited run, and the run is coming to a close very soon, and it's unfortunate that there will be some people that miss out. It's a real bummer because I don't like people to miss out, which is why especially towards the end or when time's running out, I'm sort of amping this up a little bit so people who might miss out also might have a chance to not miss out if they grab it and while they can. But yeah, unfortunately it is a temporary sale. Anyway, I think that does it for the art box questions. So those of you who have just had some questions and were on the fence of getting it, hopefully I've answered some questions so you just know a bit clearer as to how you want to go about it and if you want to get it. Once again, it is a limited run and I'm not 100% sure when it's going to wrap up, but it is going to be fairly soon, so make sure to go check it out. And if you get it, I know you're going to love it. I'm just so proud of everything that has been put together, especially, oh my god, look at this. This is the pencil case and the art materials that come in the box. This is mine. I mirror imaged my pencil case that I've used for years. It's the same pencil case, it's just the canvas instead of the leather. It's got all the art materials, pencils, inks, calligraphy pens, brush pens, eraser, white gel pen. Oh my god. Anyways, I've talked a lot about that. So let's move on to the studio Q&A. And this goes back months and I've never got around to it. So today's the day. Zero Wolf says, did mannequin Jazza make it out alive or did you kill it with fire? You will notice Jazza Mannequin has not been in the studio. Honestly, the honest answer is bad stuff kept happening when we reached this place. We've had a whole bunch of trade jobs go wrong, a whole bunch of things break and things like that. And my wife has never liked that mannequin, and she demanded that I throw it out because she felt like it was haunted. And she said, it's the mannequin or our marriage. So when your wife says that, I threw out the mannequin. The mannequin is no more. I laughed at her a bit, but you know, I didn't want to creep her out in the long term, so the mannequin's gone, unfortunately. Sabrina Langman says, how was it for you not really painting the mural? Were you sad? How did you feel? I'm assuming that's referring to that mural and the fact that I had to get outside help to do it professionally in the way I wanted it. To an extent, I was a little sad that I didn't make the entirety of it myself, but the fact that I'd spent months and months planning it and carefully putting it all together and designing it and doing the colors and all of that stuff really made me feel like I did make it in a large way, except for the actual spraying of it. And I'm not too let down that I didn't literally do that. First of all, because the result is much better because I got Dean Sunderland's help, but second of all, because, I don't know, I think this whole new space and all of this, I can't do it without help. And I think I own that now. I think I know that like all of this and that and all of this and the videos on the channel and everything, I can't do without the help that I have. So I'm okay with it. Salatic says, does the Jazza Axe have a place in the new studio? The Jazza Axe is here, but it and some fairly pivotal pieces like my gold play button and a whole bunch of other sentimental images haven't been put on walls yet. That will come, but it hasn't come yet. So I just haven't had time. I've still been setting up. I still haven't set up streaming on this computer, and that's going to happen first. Speaking of which, streaming, I would estimate to be 3 or 4 weeks from now, I'll start to get back on track. But I'm still setting up the studio, still dealing with a whole bunch of different sort of admin stuff. We'll get there in the end. Ken Doodle says, was it hard at first to continue the YouTube channel? I'm assuming that question is referring to after the transition or during the transition. And at the time I would have said, no, I'm doing YouTube. But honestly, in hindsight, it was really bloody hard. And it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like my channel or the flavor I wanted or the ambition I wanted only up until the last couple of weeks. And now I feel like I'm actually planning and making the content on a whim that I feel like doing, or the stuff that I've wanted to do for a long time. I feel like I'm finally in the place where I can put my ambitions up and make awesome stuff, and I'm really having a lot of fun. And then beyond that, the channel itself, like I've tried new things as far as branding and thumbnails and things like that, and I really feel like I'm finding the identity of this new phase of the channel now, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really cool. I'm interested in your thoughts and how you feel like it's come across, but I think it's like a brave new age of Draw with Jazza, and I'm really loving it. Drinker B says, how does your environment affect your creativity? I've heard some people say that they're more creative in neat, orderly spaces. Is this also for you? Absolutely. I always try and do a full cleanup after every video, especially after every messy video, and then having a super organized tech shelf over there and a super organized art shelf over there to go to when I'm ready to set up a video has been just like super important. And then on top of that, even like setting up the video like today, I have worked so hard to do the cable management in this desk so that there is one cable that the desk is tethered to. In fact, let me bring it around here. This is the only cable that is dragging. So the whole desk can be the brakes can be taken off and unclipped, and I can move the whole table. Other than that, all of the cables are suspended, and there's only 2 that go down from the top of the desk to the bottom of the desk because it's a standing desk, which means that now I can very confidently wheel the desk around, press that button, and the desk can be lowered or raised. So that's just one of those things that A, I couldn't do in my previous studio setup and didn't have the space to, let alone the equipment. And B, now that it is so set up and is so neat and orderly, it means that I can move the table here, set up the lighting and do the lighting on the rails and set up the shoot with the blue lights and all this stuff in only a matter of like 15, 20 minutes, where previously it might have taken a couple of hours and not been as efficient or looked as good. Kate Dawson says, what's the best part of your new studio beside the increase in space? My answer initially, like in the first month or 2, might have been like the equipment, because I've upgraded some cameras and the rails and stuff like that. But the honest to God answer right now that I'm really hitting my stride is the creative just boost of it feeling new again. I feel like I've fallen in love again. Like everything's new and everything's fun, and video ideas that, even if they're the same video ideas I would have done in the old studio, because I can think about doing them in a different way, and videos are much more presented and open and large now. I feel like I have a lot of room to stretch and express myself and for things to feel big. Like I think that is definitely the best part of my new studio. Anyway, I've answered a lot of questions that I have been on the to-do list to get to for a long time, so I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed a bit of an insight into a couple of those things. There is a question, aside from those 2 themes, the studio and the box, in the last couple of vlogs, obviously there's been a lot of people asking about what I'm going to do now that I don't have a PJ around. PJ's gone off to do his own thing. Those of you who haven't watched that vlog, that was something we both knew was coming from the time we signed him up, and now he's going off and spreading his wings. But in the meantime, that means of course that I have one less talented editor that I'm working with. So a lot of you have been asking, what am I doing about that, or am I doing anything about that? And the answer is yes. I believe we have hired someone, but I'm going to keep my lips zipped about that until it's all totally official and I can introduce you. But yes, that's one of those things that has been taking up a lot of my time, and one of the reasons I've been irregular with vlogs and a little bit all over the place. That's just one of the very admin-y sort of things that I've been trying to do to keep all the balls rolling as far as keeping the business and the channel going and things like that. So I hope that sort of answers that question. But as you can tell, this is awesome. Like I'm really happy at the moment, and I feel like this is a place I've wanted to get to for so long, and I'm here. Like, after all that work, and I'm not even finished setting up yet, but I'm set up enough that I feel like we're going. The ball is rolling, and all the other stuff will come along bit after bit, but the main thing is the fun in making the content is here, and I love it. And I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Let me know how all this transition has come across to you guys, and how you feel about the changes, and what you love and what you'd like to see more of, or what you're not a huge fan of. Really interested in your feedback. I'm running out of breath because I'm talking really fast, and I've talked really fast this whole video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.